It's a pretty cool day, everybody. We're gonna have some nice folks talk to you. We're gonna, to kick it off, we're gonna bring in the Vice President of Harbor Classic Homes, Miss Laurel Adams. Come on, make some noise!
Thank you so much for being here. This is an amazing milestone that we're all getting together to celebrate. Hold your hats because it's really windy, and this accomplishment was something that took us, or was decades in the making. It was decades in the making. The folks who came together over a long period of time, kind of rooting for a second life, a second chapter, or a third chapter even in this property's existence in the town. So really what it is it's a testament to vision and resilience and commitment to community. And so we're really excited about being a part of that. So the purpose, of course, is for celebrating everybody and their efforts, and particularly celebrating the next chapter, which turns out to be a lifestyle community of 55 and over. And it's a community designed with exciting new chapters in mind. So in order to kick it off, we want to recognize the people who did such wonderful work and made things happen. So we want to recognize the Rutland Development and Industrial Commission with Mike Sullivan as chair, the Heights Plan Development District chaired by Chris Senecal, our steadfast engineer, Wes Fleiss from Haley Ward, our ever-amazing attorney, Peter Campobasso, and our financial sponsor with Enterprise Bank and the lovely Catherine Ferguson. But I would be remiss if I did not mention the amazing Tamika Murphy, Rutland's, yes, that's worth some applause. She's the executive assistant who tirelessly brought us all together and kept us working towards our vision for the last 2.5 years. We also have some very special guests here to help us celebrate. We are joined today by Representative Kim Ferguson. We are also joined by Senator Ann Goby and Sheriff Lou Evangelitis. So please help me welcome Representative Ferguson.
Thank you so much, Laurel, and I will be very brief. And I'm being taken out of turn, just so everyone knows, because I have a meeting I have to leave. So normally we would defer to the Senate first with my partner, Senator Goby, but it is a pleasure being here with all of you today up on this site that is going to become this amazing project. And when I was thinking about it this morning and over the weekend, I was thinking back to the hours and hours and hours of meetings that everyone had attended over the years, and the thought process that went into this, and the multiple visioning sessions and things like that we were all part of. And I really want to thank all of you that are here. I know many of you had such an integral part in whatever part it was of bringing this to fruition finally. And to the folks at Harmony Place, thank you for stepping up and providing this proposal and following it through to completion. I look forward to seeing this develop over time. So again, thank you to everyone, for the town, the citizenry, my partners in the legislature. I know Sheriff Lou is here, and he and Senator Brewer way back were involved with the discussions here about what to do with the site and to offer assistance. So without further ado, again, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Kim. This time we're going to bring up our state senator, Miss Ann Goby.
Thank you.
Come on, come on!
That's okay. Thank you very much. I don't even know if we need this. Maybe we do. As Kim was saying, it takes a lot of people to work on a project like this, and just looking around all the folks in the community that were involved. And it's been a long time. I know that when I was first elected, my predecessor, Steve Brewer, and working with Dave Bunker, they were able to get $10 million in a bond bill, and of course then needed to get it released after that. That sometimes happens when there's a change in governors. But it starts somewhere. And it started with the people here. Because you knew that you wanted something, you needed to do something with this property, and through the years, there's been all sorts of different ideas. And this is fantastic, because we know that folks in that 55, and those of us who are in that age bracket, 55 and over, people want to be able to stay in the community that they had put roots in, and they want to be here. And having this development is going to be able to keep people in this community, and also attract other people to Rutland, because this is a very good community, good people, an awful lot to offer. And hey, with pickleball, how can you go wrong? So thank you for making the investment. Thank you for the work that so many people did on this. And I'm looking forward to, it's always fun at the groundbreakings, but you know what's better? The ribbon cuttings. So we look forward to coming back, so thank you.
Thank you, Senator. All right, next up, we're going to have a friend of mine, the Sheriff Lou Evangelitis. Come on out, Lou.
Thank you, Mark. It's always nice to have a microphone that you can hold, so I don't have to raise it. See what I'm saying? Anyway, I want to thank, as both Ann and Kim have said, to thank the town for the effort they've put in to make this happen. And I'm grateful for Mike Sullivan for just even remembering that I was once a state rep for this community that I love so much, and I still do to this day. As a matter of fact, a side note, I think Rutland gave me the biggest vote I got in my whole race for sheriff, so thank you, Rutland. I always love you. But I will say that I remember the history of this place. I know a lot of you here remember that building. It was right here, probably right where that was. And it was really unbelievable, just the history that people had. I remember meeting so many people as I went around this community who actually were here. And you got to walk the halls. When I got here, when I first got elected, I remember that big building that was here and how it was kind of haunting. But it was also a real historical figure that went back to this town in the 1898, I think it was recreated. But anyway, it got to a point where the hospitals were closed, and we needed to get them taken down so you could enjoy this community, you could have the benefits of a site like this in the middle of the town. Is unbelievable. Truly unbelievable that you could have a site this beautiful, this accessible to everybody in town. But when I got elected, one of the few things I talk about as state rep when I had my 8 years before I was elected sheriff, and there have been a few projects that I will never forget how grateful I felt just to be part of something positive. And as Ann mentioned, Steve Brewer was the senator. I loved working with Steve. Dave Bunker was our predecessor, and they had bonded the monies. But when I first looked into the hospital and I talked to Steve about it, he was like, we need the governor. We got to get a way to get the governor to release $10 million to clean the site up. And as luck would have it, I was a former DA in Boston. My buddy in the DA's office was Peter Flaherty, and he happened to be the chief of staff for Governor Romney. So as funny as connections are, I reached out to him immediately, and one of the first things we were able to do was get that $10 million released for this community to take that project down. That's kind of allowed it to become back into your orbit to become used for what you want. And this is going to be incredible. This project is going to be first class. It's going to offer so much to this community, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you for letting me just be here today, Mike, to remembering me, and to be part of this next phase of Rutland's history. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Lou. Lou for governor. All right, now, coming up here, the chair of the Rutland Development Industrial Commission, Mr. Mike Sullivan.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First, I want to thank Laurel for having me follow all these professional speakers. You know, it's nice to have to do that. But I'm here. Nobody wants to listen to me. I just want to acknowledge the local people and the contributions of the people in town. I can start obviously with the state rep and the senator and Lou. The current makeup of the RDIC is myself, Michelle Van Riet, who is here, Dick Williams could not, Tim Narwhal, I have not seen him, and Jim Soucy is not here either, but they're the current members, and Paul Jolly as well. We're lucky to have them, and they've worked hard to get to where we are today. One other person I'd like to mention from the RDIC is Tom Dufo was a member of the committee for many, many years, and he really carried the ball in the beginning of this when things were kind of turning south and we didn't know where it was going to go. And Tom stuck with it, and for that we owe him a debt of gratitude. He's now down in Holden. In addition to that, the HCD Review Board is made up of Chris Senecal, Dick Williams, Michelle Van Riet, Doug Briggs, and Jim Purrington. We owe them a debt of gratitude as well. professional commitments, Dave George, I don't know, I see him over there, he's hiding. Dave is our town planner, and I can tell you, without Dave George, this project would not have happened. There's no way I have any of the knowledge or the perseverance that Dave has shown, so we owe Dave a debt of gratitude for that. And I'll also add in Sharon Everett from KP Law, who stuck through this thing when at times it looked like it was coming unglued, and kind of talked me off a ledge on many occasions, so I'd like to thank her as well. In addition to that, the town administrator's office, the select board, town clerk, treasurer, building inspector, conservation commission, and the planning board, all of them have contributed to this project. Last thing I'd like to say is, just so people put things in perspective, so far, because of this sale, the town has realized $1.464 million in their coffers. In addition to that, in site improvements, in permit fees, when the project is completed, will account for another $3.25 million. And then in today's dollars, the tax revenue on the 142 units in today's dollars is $800,000 a year. So that's about $6 million in revenue that this site is going to contribute to the town coffers in the future, which obviously we need dearly. So thank you very much. I'm very impressed with all the people here, and thanks for coming.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. All right, now we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to have a nice little literal groundbreaking. If we could get some of the people that were instrumental in putting this project together over to our shovels. Mr. Sullivan? Mr. Doug Briggs at the next shovel. Mr. Sullivan over here, please.
Thank you, it was great.
Wes Fliss, come on down. Project engineer with Haley Ward Engineering. Laurel Adams, Vice President. Okay. Peter Campobasso. Where's Peter? There he is. Put on your helmets, folks. First one.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's good.
We're going to lock the shovels in there. Ready for the photo op, folks? Turn around and face the cameras, everybody.
Where is she? She's here.
Okay, folks, let's, you're going to take them that way? Yeah. All right, ready? Pick up your shovels and sink them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Come on, make some noise, everybody! Get this show on the road! All right.
Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for being here, and congratulations to the town of Rutland. God bless and good luck. Have a great week.